Hey, Bye Thomas here, and today we're going to make a little cherry bench to go into our kids' bathroom. We've made a number of these benches in the past, from cherry to black walnut to all sorts of species, but the size of this is perfect. This is actually left over from some stair treads that I cut for a guy down in Alabama or Mississippi. Anyways, this one, it was just a leftover I had. So far, what we've done is we've removed the bark off of it and just did that with a little chisel and such, because I don't have my draw knife here. Apparently my draw knife is done in Tennessee. The front face removed by hand, no problem. The back face had to use a chisel, or vice versa, one of the sides. When you look at the wood itself, there's really no cupping or anything. It's nice and true. The length on that is, I don't know, probably about 36 inches or so, roughly. It does have a cut side here, which I just cut, and you can see the base right there on the ground that Susie's stepping on. And this side right here, it's got a smidge of water damage, but not too bad, because that's probably going to come out when we start to sand. And you can see right here, this is when the blade was rising up a hard section here in the wood. We're going to use my favorite type of legs. These are ones that we get off of Amazon, everything. And again, this is not the correct orientation because these will be on the bottom side. But first things first, you want to make sure that the metal base of the legs does not extend past your wood surface. And as you can see, it's wider. Also, this piece right here is just under 12 inches. So therefore, it will fit into our DeWalt planer. That'll make it really easy to get this finished, complete here. And I can probably finish this whole thing out, I'd say, in under 20 minutes or so, maybe 30 minutes at the most. This cherry piece here also was cut probably approximately a year and a half or more ago. It has not moved either down in Mississippi or when it was in Tennessee for a time, or up here throughout the winter. We've had these really dry temperatures. It's been stored inside the garage here, which is heated with electric heat, so nice dry heat. No movement. So I feel pretty confident that this will not move. And once we're done with the actual construction of this, we're going to go ahead and oil it up. And the oiling up that will keep that stable. So let's go ahead and get to work on this, and we'll kind of keep track of how long it's taken to turn this piece of wood right here, this off-cut piece of cherry wood, into a bench for the bathroom. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and throw this through the planer. I will probably speed this up, but I'm also going to be keeping track of the time. So I'll keep track of the time stamps of each video, and we'll kind of talk about how long this was from start to finish. See if I can get it where I won't be walking in front of it all the time, which is going to be hard to do. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so we only thermal overloaded it twice, but there you have it. We have a nice smooth surface. On the back side here, again, I'm not too concerned. I do have a little bit of edge there, but I can go ahead and sand that. I just had to make sure I had enough room here for the actual legs and everything to meet up and be nice and flush. So we're good there. Now on to the sanding. The planing took about 4 minutes to do. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the 100 grit, because it's pretty nice right now. So we're gonna quickly sand this and see if we can get it much smoother than this. I'm gonna spend a little more time on the edges here, but I'll do that with screw it, we'll do it with the 100 grit too. I noticed something. I don't really like how far that sticks over. So let's fix that. This one kind of tapers in, so that'll give a distinctive front and back side. So I'm going to go ahead and taper this one in to roughly what that little dot is right there. Don't have to be perfect. This is the beauty of it. Just got to look cool. Yep, that matches the other side quite well. So now I can go back to sanding. Okay, we're gonna have to sand this side again because we were working on this wood piece here. But to do this edge right here, since there are some sharp spots, I'm gonna get my power sander. All right, so we got the DeWalt power sander here. We're just gonna take all the sharp edges off. I've got a, it feels about a 50 grit on there. There's a front face. Now it did have a bit of a expand, like it belled out here. This is obviously the top up here, this bottom down here. So I shaved off a little bit more there so it wouldn't look so exaggerated between either side. Now on this side here, they are pretty well even. If I had my clamps, I'd clamp this on here, but I don't want to press too hard because this power sander with a 50 grit on there will just eat through this cherry. Okay, that side is done. Now we're going to go back to our finer sander right here with the 100 grit, and we're just going to take all sharp edges off and just try to take out any sander marks on these sides here. Alright, there you have it. I'll get my blower, blow off some stuff. The sanding is taking the longest part so far. We're at 12 minutes. Now again, this is going to be for my kids, so I don't want it to be too perfect because they'll just destroy it. So let's go ahead and get those feet on here, those legs. Let me get all my tools for that. Okay folks, so I've got everything kind of, I just put these on here. They seem about straight. I drew little marks here so I know where the legs are. Before I screw these down and everything, I need to go ahead and put some mineral oil behind them. Now we are about to get a little snowstorm here, so hopefully I can get this. That's a lot of mineral oil. That is not a little mineral oil. So we will utilize that everywhere on here. Little, lot, whatever. All right, I got my paper towel. Gotta get all these these out of the way. All right. So you can already see this is going to look gorgeous, but go ahead and put just a little bit on here on both sides where that's going to be, just because I don't like to have a dry spot. I like it to be sufficiently covered. All right, there you have it. These are just some leftover screws I had. They will work. They're not longer than the wood, so that's good. I had some 2-inch stuff, but that wasn't going to work on this project. You got to be careful not to go too deep and then shear these off. There we go. I'll just put a couple just some screws to hold it, and then I'll speed it up. Yep, so there's 2 on that side. And then make sure they're both facing the same direction, inward for the lip. That's good, right there. Put 2 over here to hold this. And yeah, we're nearly done. Nearly. Alright, so I've got 16 of these screws to put in. Looking at this one's actually slightly off, so I'm going to just move that over just a little bit. Be careful not to hopefully break this off. So I've got to bring this one about right there. Make sure it's right. Yeah, that looks right. I don't know how I did that wrong. There we go. I don't want to do any more than that. Alright. So now let's get to screw the rest of these in. So I'll hopefully speed it up. Okay, there's that. Oh yeah, nice and solid. Okay. Oh, it doesn't quite fit. All right. So we are 5 minutes into this video, this segment of the video. Put a little more of this on here. I'm just going to do mineral oil on the bottom. And on the top, I'll do mineral oil and butcher block conditioner. Because again, we're just looking for a good sealing coat on here. Once we get this side, we'll flip it over and do the other, but I'll have to adjust the camera. Now, the end grain section is where it's going to pull the most. You might have to do the ends of your wood a couple times, because that's the capillary section of the cells of the wood will pull it through there. There's only 3 ways to get water to go uphill. This is something from Civil Engineering 101 in hydrology. So you have a hydraulic jump. A hydraulic jump is when the water, say, flows down a waterfall, and then you have that water that surges upward at the bottom. It's a hydraulic jump. Another way is through a pump. You can pump water uphill. And then the third way is through capillary suction. That's the suction transfer of water or liquid through the cells of wood, ground, whatever that may be. All right, get this Right here, hopefully you can see that. Can if I move this around. Oops. We'll go ahead and zoom her in. Again, mineral oil is all we're putting on the bottom. And I'll come back on top with the Butcher Block conditioner as well. So yeah, the kids are going to like this. Over time, cherry will darken. So as you see, this is a light color right now. You come back in about 6 months, and this will be about 2 shades darker. Now, one thing is my dogs, they don't realize this yet, but they like the taste of mineral oil. And they will come over here and lick all of my stuff. And then they will make little weird swirl marks and such. So I gotta kind of, once I get this done, I'll have to move this inside. Now this wood, I'm going to shock this wood. It is cold outside. As you can see, or maybe not see, there's snow in the background. When I bring this inside, it will want to sweat because it will have a thermal mass to it. And that shock right there, if it's gonna move, that would be the time it'd probably move. But I do not foresee this moving because again, this has been cut for a rather long time and it has remained stable. Alright, so I will probably only get this coat on here because of how cold it is. That mineral oil is actually getting pretty thick. Whenever I go back inside, I'll actually apply the final coat. But as you see right here, she looks good. I can't even move my cloth around. I like to use these blue shop cloths because they don't add little lint pieces. Lucy, Annie, or Susie quit. Y'all don't need to be fighting over a silly bone. Oh, the dogs. There's something else. Okay, so now we've got that. We'll work that in there by hand a little bit too. The movement of your hand on there will actually go ahead and heat it up and help to get that wood and really soak up that oil. And there you have it. I think we can call that done. So under 30 minutes from start to finish, we have a new bench for our bathroom. So let me get over here and show you some better pictures. All right, folks, there you have it. And just like I was talking about, the dogs, they like that mineral oil. Annie, you're a nut. Susie, no. Anyways, very happy the way this turned out. Beautiful grain. Absolutely looks great. So very happy. This will be a perfect addition to the bathroom. This will probably be the front face because you got a little bit of curvature towards us. But yeah, I'm happy with that. So not too shabby. Let's see. Was it 9 minutes, 4 minutes? That's 13 minutes plus 12 minutes plus me talking. In total, we are just under actual work, probably 20 minutes, but realistically about 25 minutes to finish this up. Very happy with it. About 3 foot, 12 inches wide piece of cherry. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, please comment below. If you didn't, well, I needed to make this anyways. So what do you think, Annie? You like it? Oh no, I'm listening to stuff. All right, folks, have fun. Don't be afraid to try new things. I mean, this, as you saw, was pretty quick and easy, and it's very beautiful. And my kids will enjoy this. They really can't hurt it because it's a actual slab of cherry. And yeah, be a great addition to the bathroom. We'll see you around. Thanks. As the dogs eat it up.